Okay, welcome to the Catboy Rants. This is something a little bit special. I know I told you guys this is all going to be RPGs this month, but something new has to happen. And I'm sorry about that little turn. Had to go ahead and make it so it's a little bit easier to see me. First thing, somebody asked me, what do I think about the new shows out, especially on sci-fi, Fangasm, all the stuff talking about like cosplay and all that. What do I feel about that? Honestly, I feel pretty good, because it shows a lot of people are really into the craft, going out there and showing themselves, which is a lot better than what people thought cosplayers did. I mean, if you ask a normal, quote unquote, normal person what cosplay is, they'll probably tell you something as in where people dress up and go out like children. Other people will say that it's a sex thing. And then others will go ahead and get things mixed up with furries. Now, to be honest, sometimes they're not very wrong. A lot of people who do cosplay do it because they really like their character. But they're really good at what they do. There's a lot of people on Facebook, if you check them out, just any type of big cosplay thing, you'll find that they do some fantastic work. I've seen some people who've made armor out of foam and a liquid latex spray that just looks like normal metal. It just looks fantastic, is not that heavy. I mean, I've seen them go in to do contests, just made, just won the contest themselves. But then at the same time, there's the other end of the coin. There's people who are doing it primarily for sex. There's one that came up on the internet a while back. She was dressed up as Sakura from Naruto. She put out a sex tape where she and another woman met up at a convention that happened in Seattle that had to deal with anime and had the name of the same name of the character in it. And she met up with this lady and they had sex back at her hotel room during the convention. Now, there's not a lot of the people that do that, because not a lot of people at conventions can actually pull that off. Now, it's kind of a 50-50. There's people like myself who dress up as different characters that are much thinner than ourselves. And then, of course, there's people who dress up that are doing their body type. And then there's people who dress up that are that body type that go out. And I've seen people who've dressed up as cosplayers. One of my favorites was, I believe they're sisters. I'm not quite sure. They look identical. That dressed up as Chi and Black Chi. And no, I don't mean like, black as is racist. I mean black meaning she was wearing a black outfit, okay? So there. And they did fantastic. Years before that, they did it as characters from, I believe it was Dance Dance Revolution. If not Dance Dance Revolution, one of the Pop of the Rappers. And they looked fantastic. I mean, honestly. But at the same time, I've seen people who've dressed up. I've seen a Naga the Serpent who looked like she may have been pregnant. Not a bad thing. She still pulled off the outfit, but you could tell there was a bit of a bulge there. But that's a normal woman. Okay, people? We look at a beauty and we think that we want the women that will be going to be skinny mini. And there's too many people that are in that mindset that a woman has to have like 0% body fat to be beautiful. And that's not the case, okay? I'm one of those people, I like to see a woman who is a little bit more full-figured. As they say, meat on her bones. But that's me. Everybody's got their own thing, okay? But still, to be beautiful, you don't have to be a thin little rice cracker. Okay, you can be a big, beautiful lady. Okay? So, I know that kind of got off track, but as for bringing it out to the light, in these shows, especially when we're showing people who are doing, I'm not counting the people that do the facial creations. I'm talking about the ones where they're talking about the fans themselves doing it. Not people that do it really professionally. Now, I do bring this up that there are some fans who do that professionally, but still, those of us who don't do that professionally, who do it for the fun of it, Now, we'll spend a lot of money on the actual the stuff for it, the materials for them, but yet we're still having fun. That's the whole key to this whole thing. That's the key to cosplay. It's just having fun. You get to act out another character. I'll remember my first time I did a cosplay, legitimately trying to do that cosplay, not just a drunk cosplay, because there's a difference. My official first cosplay was a Saiyan, and I hope I have the only picture of me in this outfit because I made it while drunk. Yes, I made it while drunk, and it looked like crap. And it was the only thing I packed with me to take with me to SakuraCon one year. So that's all I had to wear. So, yeah, don't judge me on that. Second time I cosplayed, I actually cosplayed as a character I liked, and that was Principal Kuno. I had taken the time to make myself a nice little cage for my head so I could put that in. I grew my hair out enough so that you couldn't see the cage, and I had a little palm tree coming up. My brother got me a nice little pineapple drink holder, so I got to carry that. I had a nice Hawaiian shirt, shorts, I had a lei, I had my sunglasses on, so I couldn't see anything, so people coming up, yeah, Takiwaki Kuno! And I'm like, I'm not that guy, I'm his dad, Principal, woo! That's what I did for the first time I did a legitimate cosplay. And people liked it. You know, I loved getting plenty of pictures, and there's plenty of pictures of me out there doing that cosplay. The next one I did was Takiwaki Kuno, which I gotta say was not a very good choice. Two reasons. One, the outfit I got, I did not clean it exactly as I needed to do, so I noticed I had some indigo dye on my skin the next time, and the Hakama pants that I had were a bit too long, so I was kind of stepping on them. The next one after that, I did kind of a Ranma thing for a while. The next one was Mr. Saotome, Genma Saotome, in his human form. So that one was fun because I actually had an old pair of glasses that I took the hinge out, made a nice little like string, so I had them all that way, just like his are. I had a bandana. I had a white gi with I had to dye a white belt to a black belt, and I walked around like that. I even got to play a Ranma RPG at the SakuraCon I went to, and it was awesome because I got to play my character. I brought like a big drawing pad. I wrote out all my answers when I was supposed to be, you know, panda form. I acted out everything. The guy who actually ran that game said I did a very good Genma. You know, perfect Genma. I was like, yeah, that's what I wanted. You know, I had hair, so, you know, other than that, I kind of hid it underneath the bandana, but, you know, it was okay. One after that, I took a little time off, didn't really cosplay that much. And then I did, well, where is he? Our guy, Urahara. I did him one year, and that was fun, because I got a cane that I actually put a little symbol for the Soul Society on it, you know, and I had that on there. I walked around in that, but the worst part of it was I had my wooden Geta sandals, and I wasn't they're comfortable, but they're hard to walk around in when you're, you know, trying to really hurry. So yeah, it was a really good. I liked the outfit. The hat that I got, unfortunately, was a bit too small, but hey, it worked. Everything worked, and I had some nice pictures from that too. After that, I kind of did my own thing, and I kind of cheated. This is my whole thing. I dressed up as myself in the comic. Yeah, that is kind of cheating. So much so that I would tell people, this is how I'm going to look at the convention. I had a bandana that I wore, and I had my shirt and everything I normally wore, but I'd say, this is what I'm going to wear. I would still wear the jacket, because I love that jacket, and at conventions you'll still see me when I'm not cosplaying in that jacket, because I love that fucking jacket. If I could, I'd wear it all the time. Kind of use it as a house coat sometimes. But I love that jacket. I don't really cosplay that much anymore. This upcoming RadCon, my wife and I are going to go ahead and cosplay as fairy hunters. We've even got little cages to put fairies in. We're going to do that. We're going to try to get everything together for RadCon. But that's how I feel about these new shows that are coming out. They're showing not the crazy side of fandom. They're showing the more streamlined, mainstream side of fandom, where you have people that have lives that are doing this, people that are making a job out of this, people that are just doing this because they want to do it and they're not crazies, which is a really hard thing to do, and in the very beginning, because a lot of people didn't understand that. Now it's so mainstream. I mean, there's people out there that are anime fans that aren't otaku, but they're fans enough to understand what an otaku is talking about. Like, if they say, I really want to go ahead and eat a lot of sweets like L, they understand, oh, that's from Death Note, and L eats a lot of sweets. And as it's going along, more and more of that is actually seeping into society. American society is now littered with foreign cartoons, foreign influence. I mean, but the thing is, we did the same thing to them. If you look at it, Japanese animation was influenced by Disney animation, which now Disney animation is influenced by Japanese animation. If you go ahead, I bet in 50 more years, all the animation that's coming out of America will be influenced by a certain actual place, and then that certain actual place will be influenced by our animation style after that. So that's just the way it's going to be. We're that tit for tat. This isn't really going to be very long, because it's just my feelings towards these things. I don't really watch them a lot because only TV I've got is Netflix. And local television. Local television doesn't have this stuff. I'm lucky that I have Fox and like ABC. So those of you out there are like, but how can he live with only 6 channels? I grew up on the Yakima Reservation here in Washington State. And we had the movie channel, Channel 23, Channel 29, Channel 35, and PBS. 5 stations. PBS watched it for Sesame Street. Channel 35 only watched it for cartoons when I got off from chores and such. Channel 29 didn't really watch a lot of stuff. Some cartoons when we were inside after doing chores. 23, nothing at all, unless of course it was Disney afternoon, coming home from school. Movie channel, basically all just movies. But there were some movies we couldn't watch because we were too young, and so Mom and Dad were like, you guys go to your room or go like that. That's what we had to do. So I'm used to that kind of stuff. Doesn't bother me. Besides, I've got a lot of other ways to pass the time. I've got tons of anime, tons of manga, and the internet. The internet is a wonderful time sink. So, that's my thoughts on that. Now, I do want to toss in a little RPG thing for you. Last week, my group got together and did VTM. My character is the ever-lovable Hours, the gangrel, and I nearly killed part of my party using a frag grenade next to a chopper. Didn't mean to. Didn't mean to. That's as far as we really got, because the rest of the time that we were going out there, it was really late, and we decided we were going to, a lot of us had to leave because we worked the next day. But it was just, yeah, it was kind of fun. I didn't mean to. Nearly killed one of the people that had just shown up. It's like, hey, you were in this fight, and you decided to go up there. Okay, that's great. There's a frag grenade at your feet, right next to a chopper, which is full of fuel. If it explodes, it's going to explode, and you're going to die. The final death. And I'm back behind a bunch of stuff to make sure I don't get hit. So, yeah. But I only use that because I've got a shotgun. I don't use a lot of, shooting weapons. Most of my stuff is melee. But I had a shotgun filled with a mixture of pellets and peyote, which means when they get hit, it enters the bloodstream and they go a bit crazy. I don't want to kill people. I just want to make them go crazy for a little bit. Get them out of the fight.
time for go to bed.